Hope you're all okay. Happy Friday. Today we are going to do maths a little bit differently. Rather than doing white rows, we are going to be doing a full arithmetic paper. So you are going to be using lots and lots of different math skills today. I'm going to go over a few of them that I think you might need a quick refresher on, but I think you will be perfectly fine. And I will go over everything with you at the end of this. So first we are going to look at short division. So I'm sure you all remember how to do short division, but we are just going to do a quick recap. So I am doing 6,582 divided by 3. So remember, this is my divisor. Divisor is the number I am dividing by. So first things first, I'm going to start with my thousands number. So I'm going to see how many 3's go into 6. And from my 3 times table, I know that's 2. So I'm going to put a 2 above the 6. Then I move on to my hundreds number. So how many 3's go into 5? I know that 1 3 will go into 5. However, I also know that there will be 2 left over. So that 2 will carry to my 8. So I've got 28. So I'm going to work out how many 3's go into 28. So I'm going to count up in my 3's to help me. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So I have got 9. So I know that 9 3's go into 28. But I still know I've got 1 left over, which will carry then to my ones number to make 12. And then I'm seeing how many 3's go into 12, which is 3, 6, 9, 12. So I've got 4. And there we go. And there is no remainder. So I've got 2,194 as my answer. Nice and easy like that. Okay, now we're going to go over multiplication quickly. First, I wanted to look at multiplying 3 numbers by each other. So first off, you would start by multiplying the first 2 numbers. So in this case, 4 multiplied by 6, which would give you 24. And then you are going to do 24 times by 3. Some of you might be able to do that in your head. However, if you can't, that's fine. You can do short multiplication, which is something we are all nice and secure with. So I need to do 3 times 4, which gives me 12. We know we can't have 12 in the ones column, so I need to carry the 10 into the tens column. Then I'm going to do 3 times 2, which is 6. Add the 1 gives me 7. So the answer is 72. Okay. So the answer to 4 times 6 times 3 is 72. Then we're going to have a look at another short multiplication, but this time it's got more numbers. So I'm going to do 4 times 6, which again gives me 24. We know we can't have 24, so I need to carry the 2 into the tens column like this. Then I'm going to do 5 times 4, which gives me 20. I need to remember to add my 2 to give me 22. I can't have the 22, so I need to leave the 2 in the ones column there and carry the tens number of 22 into the hundreds column. Then I can do 4 times 2, which gives me 8. Add 2 more. I've got no more numbers, so I can put 10 straight in like that. So the answer is 1024. And then finally, we've got a long multiplication. So remember, the first thing we do is we put that placeholder in on the second row, because remember, the number we are timesing by is 10 times bigger, which is why we use the placeholder to make our number 10 times bigger. So then we start with our ones number. So we do 5 times 9 to give me 45. We know we can't carry that, so we put the 4 to the side. So we do, and then we will add that onto the next one. Then we do 5 times 6, which gives me 30. And then I'm going to add the 4 to give me 34. There's nothing else there, so I can put 34 straight in. Like that. Okay. And then I can cross this out because I've used it. Okay, and then we are moving on to our tens number. So we've got our placeholder in, so we can start straight away. So we've got 2 times 9 gives us 18. We know we can't have 18 in a column, so we keep the 8 and we put 1 to the side to remember to carry it. Then we've got 2 times 6 gives me 12. Add my 1 gives me 13. Okay, and I need to cross my 1 out. Then I've got 5, and I'm going to add these two numbers together now to give me the full answer. So I've got 5 add 0 gives me 5. I've got 4 add 8, which gives me 12. So I keep the 2 and I carry the 1. Then I've got 3 add 1 to give me 7. And then I've got 0 add 1 to give me 1. So the answer is 1725. Okay. Next off, we are finding a fraction of an amount. So let's think about fractions first. Remember, the numerator tells us how many parts of the whole we have, and the denominator tells us how many parts the whole is broken up into. So for example, if I had a rectangle like this, and I wanted to split it into quarters, my denominator tells me 4, so it would have 4 parts. If the numerator told me it was 1, I would have 1 part shaded. If it said 2, I'd have 2 parts shaded. Okay? So, what we need to do is we need to take our number 16 and we want to split it into 4 parts because that's what our denominator is telling us. It's telling us we have got 4 parts. And to do that, to split a number into groups or into parts, we can divide by the denominator. So in this case, we are dividing by 4. So that's nice and easy. We can divide 16 by 4. It's in the times table, so we don't need to use bus stop or anything like that. We know 16 divided by 4 is 4. So 1/4 of 16 equals 4. Okay? Simple as that. So we divide by the denominator to split our whole number into however many parts we need. Okay, now we've got adding fractions. So first we're going to look at when the denominators are the same, which is nice and easy because we don't have to think about the denominator even. We just have to have a look at the numerators. So we know the bottom of our fraction is going to be 3. Okay. But we also can do the addition really easily. So we've got 2 add 1. So 2 add 1 we know is 3. So that means our fraction is 3/3. Okay. Or you might know that that is also equal to 1. Okay. Nice and simple. You do not have to do this part where you simplify. You can just leave it like this. Or if it is top heavy, if it is improper, you can leave it as improper. It doesn't have to be in its simplified form. Okay, then you've got different denominators, but denominators that are related. So that means that you can easily work out how to add them together. So in this case, you've got 4/6 add 2/12. So what you need to do is you need to make this bottom denominator, so the denominator that is, or whichever one you think is most appropriate, and you need to convert it so that it has the same denominator as your other fraction. So in this case, I'm going to change 6 into 12. So I'm going to go from 6 to 12ths. And remember, the top tip for when you do fractions is, whatever you do to the denominator, you need to do to the numerator. So let me show you what I mean by that. So to get from 6 to 12, I know I need to times by 2. Okay? So what I have done to the denominator, I need to do to the numerator. So on the top, I'm going to do 4 multiplied by 2. Okay? So let's see what that gives me. So I've got 4 times 2 gives me 8. And I've got 6 times 2, which we know gives 12, which is what we are looking for, to give me 8 twelfths. So now I'm going to do 8 twelfths, add 2 twelfths, okay? So I'm going to do 8 twelfths, add 2 twelfths, which will give me 8 add 2 gives me 10. My denominator stays the same, so I have got 10 twelfths. Nice and simple like that. Okay. Next slide, let's have a look at what we are looking at next. Subtracting fractions. Okay, so I have had a look through your arithmetic paper, and you don't need to know about related denominators for this. But if you were subtracting and the denominators were different, you would just do the same as you did for addition, but you would subtract, okay? But you need to make sure that they are in the same place. So you've got 6 sevenths, subtract 4 sevenths, which will give you 2 sevenths. So again, we don't have to touch the numerator, the denominator, we just have to change the numerator. Okay, that one's nice and simple. Okay, and that is all I think you need a little bit of a recap on for this arithmetic paper. So you had short division, multiplication, fractions of an amount, adding fractions, and subtracting fractions, okay? I don't think you need anything else on there. So you are going to be doing a full arithmetic paper. I want you to time yourselves and I want you to give yourselves 30 minutes to complete it. That is how long you would have in a SATs test, or even in class we would give you that amount of time if you were doing a full arithmetic paper, okay? This is a link to this countdown here, or if you Google countdown timer, you can set a 30-minute one, or you might want to do it on a tablet or on a phone or something like that. If you don't have a computer to work on, that is completely fine as well. But I want you to try and do it in 30 minutes. When 30 minutes goes off, I want you to write where you got up to, and then you can complete it. But we just want to see where you get to in 30 minutes, okay? And once you have done your paper, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, the answers are there, so you can self-mark your answers as well, please. And then next to it, you can put what you got out of the total amount. Okay, so if you need any help with anything, please let us know, and we will get back to you and help you as best we can. I know you will do really well with this, but remember, you can keep coming back to this video to help you if you do need any help. But remember, try and have a go at doing it in 30 minutes. Okay, bye guys.